Er hat einen Thorsten eine Matte, wo sie sich draufsetzen können. Eine Matte.
Verstanden, eine Maske, deswegen frage ich, warum ich sagen will, Maske.
How old are you?
21.
21.
Yeah.
And how long have you been studying in London?
For 5 months, 6 months.
6 months only.
Yeah. I just decided to come over to Thailand for the Christmas break.
For the Christmas break.
Yeah, monasteries.
Why didn't you go to Malaysia for the Christmas break?
Oh, because I wanted to visit, like Wat Pabanta and monasteries.
How do you know what Papandat monastery?
I mean, through internet and long past books. Yeah. And yeah, I've watched many videos of Ajahn on YouTube too.
Is it comfortable? And then you wanted to come to Bantat? I didn't go. This first year I didn't go to Bantat. It's crazy. Yeah, all COVID. The whole world is crazy. But in England they stopped the things now. Yeah?
Yeah, I think they don't really care anymore.
What?
They don't really care anymore about COVID.
Yes. And that's why the German pull on the lever.
They did?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Now die Impfpflicht. Die wollen jetzt die Impfpflicht durch.
Austria also has it now.
Austria? Ja. Die gehen vor. Die haben ja auch, da kam ja auch der Hitler her. Ne?
No comment.
Yeah, they don't care anymore, but in Thailand they care. In Malaysia they care a lot. Yeah? I think in Malaysia you cannot go to Malaysia anymore.
Yeah, I can, but I have to quarantine for 10 days.
For 10 days.
10 days. It's a very long time.
In Singapore they don't allow anybody out.
That's worse.
The people from Singapore are not allowed to go out of the country.
Crazy.
In Australia, they put the people who are tested positive in a camp, internation camp.
I don't know what to think about this, really.
Nah. Yes, I know what to think about it. but in the US, in Texas and Florida, I mean, Florida has always been free. He even forbid, the people, to test for this and test for that. And Texas followed them after that. But Germany, even Denmark opened up, Denmark, Sweden was always open. Yeah? And England was always, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. And Germany is just going the wrong way.
Crazy, really.
I don't even want to look at the people who are now in the government.
Well,
I went out of Germany. I saw something is going wrong in 91. Then when I left Germany.
it's early. It got worse.
It got worse, yeah. I mean, die soziale Marktwirtschaft hat sich umgedreht. Ne? Das wurde dann, ne? Früher war es ja die soziale Marktwirtschaft, dann ging es einigermaßen. Und danach, ab 89 oder 87, hat sich das umgedreht. Ne? Langsam. Greed. More. So, what are your questions?
Yeah? Well, I really want to ask, how do we, let go of the worldly things, to become a monk? You probably have to let go of the world first. How do we do that?
if you want to let go of the world, you will never be able to let go of the world. Yeah? You have to go the path of the Lord Buddha. Yeah? That leads the heart to let go of the world. If somebody, I've seen so many, especially Western, so many Westerners, decide, I want to become a monk, and then after 3-4 years they drop. I never wanted to become a monk, but I wanted to practice. I wanted to practice the path of the Lord Buddha. And the more you practice the path of the Lord Buddha, the more you let go, automatically you're not interested anymore. The interest in the world disappears. We always, when we are trained, and now even the young Malaysians and the young Thais, they're all trained here. They solve all the problems here. They don't even know what the heart wants. The heart wants something completely different. And the path of the practice is to go back to the heart, where all the decisions are made with us not knowing. Because at the moment we are not in control of our decisions. We think we are in control. But the heart has already decided what to do. And it just gives you the reason why you should do it. Don't you know this? Constantly, I should do this, I should do that. Where is it coming from? It's coming from the heart. It's coming from the kilesas, that rule us. That rule us for, how many billions of lives? Trillions of lives? They ruled us, to do this and to do that, and go here and go there. This is not happy. That is not happy. That is not satisfactory. That is not satisfactory. Let's do us this. Let's do us that. And while we are here on the human planet, we do so many bad things. Because we don't know. Who is teaching you? About the 5 precepts. We know when we are born as Christians, we know the 10 commandments. You heard of them. But the 10 commandments of the Christian religion, the 5 precepts are more than the 10 commandments. Because it includes one important factor: no alcohol, no drugs. In Christianity, alcohol is no problem. But in Buddhism, alcohol is the thing that leads us to do not see, to do not understand, to do things that are not in line with the practice. So the first precept is not only not to kill, it is not to harm any living being. And that not harming any living being includes the animals, the beings that we see, and also the beings that we don't see. So, not to harm any living being is the first precept. Not to take what is not given, not only to steal. If you see the apple in the garden of your neighbor, you think, maybe it is okay, you just take one. You don't consider that stealing, but it is stealing. So we have to ask for permission. If things don't have an owner, yes, we can take them. If we go in a forest, that has no owner, then we can take the things that grow there. But if that forest or if that garden has an owner, we have to ask the owner. That's the second precept. The third precept: no sexual misconduct. And when you look at the world, it is full of sexual misconduct. The sexual misconduct not only prohibits, a married person, to go outside of the marriage. A woman, looks for a man outside of the marriage, or a man looks for a woman outside of the marriage. But it also includes, that parents should not have any sexual relationship with their kids, use them sexually, A teacher should not use their students sexually. A professor should not use their students sexually. Yeah? A boss should not use his secretary sexually. Yeah? And when you look at the world, full of that. Yeah? It's called sexual abuse. Yeah? And that in the world is full. Yeah, I'm in Thailand, Malaysia, it's also full of it. Yeah? Yeah? Okay, the Muslims are a little bit better because they have, if they are Muslims, they don't drink alcohol. Yeah? If they're believers, yeah. I mean, I met quite a few Muslims when I was still a layperson in America, yeah? And they are really strict with it, yeah? Also with the meat, and so on. Yeah? So if they're really believers, they are really actually quite good people. I'm not talking about the extremists, yeah. I mean, when you look at Christianity, there were lots of extremists as well. Yeah? Huh?
Oh yes.
I mean, the cruelty of the last 500 centuries, was mostly done, by Christians. Yeah? Yeah, but also Muslims. Yeah? Anyway, so this is the third precept. Yeah? No sexual misconduct. Yeah? The fourth precept, no lies. Yeah? Yeah? No harsh speech. Yeah? No speech, that puts people down. Yeah? And the fifth, no alcohol, no drugs, everything that makes us unmindful. Yeah? And that is more than the 10 commandments. So, when we keep these 5 precepts, we are safe from going down. Yeah? I mean, if you know a little bit about Buddhism, there are 31 realms of existence. 25 belong to the heavenly realm. We are on the 5th level. Yeah? Below us are the enemies that we see, and then come the ghost realms, then come the demon realm, and then come the hell realm. And the hell realm is divided also in 25 different aspects. Yeah? Depending on the sin that we did, yeah, not keeping the precept, whatever you call it, sin, yeah, I call it sin at the moment, don't have a better word. Depending on the sin that you did, you go into this hell. Yeah? If you did several kinds of sins, I mean, you have to go to this hell first, then to that hell, and then to that hell, and then to that hell. Yeah? So if you take, for instance, lies, yeah, I mean, your tongue will be pulled out, yeah, until the karma of your life, subsides. Yeah? Then you might be born as a ghost or as a human, and then you go to the next hell when you kill somebody. Huh? Then you will be killed, and so on, for sexual misconduct. I mean, when you're in Thailand, you see the depictions of the different kinds of hell. Huh? And that's where the people go to. And nobody wants to go to hell. Yeah? But we have been so often to hell. Yeah? That's why we don't like it, and we don't like to hear about it. Yeah? But most of the people, like I said to the Thais, most of the people don't even have a choice. Yeah? 70% of the people, the Lord Buddha said, 70% of the people, they are not interested in any kind of religion. They have no choice. They just go to hell. 30% of the people, that's us, who are interested. Yeah? But we are interested sometimes, and we are not interested sometimes. So he calls them the swayers. They sway forth and back. Yeah? Oh, yes, let me do good. Let me keep the 5 precepts. And the next day, oh no, I mean it's too bothersome. Then we don't keep them. Then we keep them. Then we don't keep them. Then we keep them. Then we don't keep them. Yeah? So these people do have a choice. These people have some interest in the Buddhist religion or in any kind of religion. Yeah? Because any kind of religion teaches the people to be good. Yeah? Yeah? There is no religion who teaches the people to kill. Yeah? Yeah? So any kind of religion teaches the people to be good. Yeah? So that is, yeah. But there's only one religion. Yeah? And this is a religion in the true sense of the word, religare. Yeah? To go back Re, you say always, it's a Latin word, it's always pointing back. Yeah? And the religion that we have, most of the religion point to God. Huh? Or to Allah, or the Hindus, they have many gods. Yeah? No, religare means pointing back to oneself. Yeah? And that is the Buddha's teaching. Yeah? Go back to oneself, Get rid of the problems in your heart. Yeah? Because the problems arise in your heart. All the problems arise in your thinking, in your views, in your opinion. Yeah? There's no problem in this world. Yeah? I mean, whatever other people are doing, it's their business. What are we doing, this is our business. The problems, when you stop thinking, there are no problems. That is a point of samadhi. When we go and enter samadhi, when we enter the stillness of the heart, there are no more thoughts, there are no more memories. So there is no future, there is no past, there is no fear, there is no loneliness, there's nothing, there's just being, the pure being. And we are happy, we are peaceful, we are at the first time in our life we are at peace. And people who have this experience, often or prolonged, for them it is very easy to let go of the world that brings us nothing than dukkha. Nothing that dissatisfaction. It satisfies us for a moment when our wishes, when our greed is satisfied, we are satisfied for a moment, but then the next wish comes. We know that. And there's no never-ending wish. We can have as much money as we want. We still want more. Or we want power. We can have as much power as we want. Then we want more. Or we want this, or we want that. There's no end to wanting. But the moment we are in the stillness of the heart, there is no more wanting. And that is the beauty. That's why it is a very important factor on the path of practice. The Lord Buddha taught us about the path of practice. The path of practice of sila, the precept, samadhi, the ability to go into in a state of mind where the thoughts and memories stop, so that we can see there are other things than this world, where the happiness arises in now. You tell them to be a little bit not so noisy. Yeah, you can come. I mean, if you want to listen, you can come.
หลวงพ่อเขาอยากพ้นทุกข์เหมือนกันนะเจ้าค่ะ
มันก็มาภาวนาทีนี้พ้นทุกข์มัน
กี่วันคะภาวนา7 วัน 7 เดือน 7 ปีไงจำกัดกี่วันคะกี่วันเนี่ย
7 ชาติ
หลวงตาบัว7 วัน
ก็ลงจากมหาบัวเนี่ยมันยังน้อยก็7 ปีนะ
พระอาจารย์สุชาติบอกค่ะพระอาจารย์
7 ปีนะเนี่ยนะ
7 วัน 7 ปี
อาจารย์สุชาติ
ใช่รุ่นของพระอาจารย์ไหมเจ้าค่ะโยมแม่พา
รู้อยู่นะเคยไปหาเขานะหลวงปู่สุชาติ
เหมือนพระอาจารย์เลย
แต่มันไม่ได้สอนโยมไม่ได้สอนพระนะไม่ได้สอนโยมแล้วไม่รู้นะเนี่ยหลวงตามหาบัวนะพระเอกนะ7 ปี5 ปีติดสมาธินะ
ใช่
นะหลังจาก5 ปีนะ8 เดือนอสุภะนะถึงอนาคาจากอนาคา2 ปีครึ่งนะเพื่อหาทางออกจากความหลงนะหลังจากนี้ก็3 เดือนถึงสู่กับอวิชชานี่ไม่ใช่7 วันไม่ใช่7 เดือนอย่างน้อยนะเมื่อของเราไม่ใช่พระเอกนะมันก็ต้องมัน70 ปี ว่าชัดชาตินะไม่แน่ใจนะต้องฝึกนะของเอาพักก่อนนะทำไมก่อนก็อยู่กับลุงกับมาปวฝึก12 ถึง 18 ชั่วโมงวันละทำได้ไหม
ทำได้ดิ
12 ถึง 18 ชั่วโมงวันละ
มันไม่ได้พระอาจารย์
นั่นนะสิก็7 ชั่วโมงก็เหนื่อยแล้ว
7 วัน 7 เดือน 7 ปีก็ท่องทุกวันเลยค่ะ
ก็7 วันนะมีที่สุดนะก็บอกว่า7 วัน 24 ชั่วโมงไม่ขาดสตินะไม่มีใครทำได้นะไม่มีใครทำได้นอกจากสมัยก่อนนะที่กับหลวงพ่อพระพุทธเจ้านะแต่7 เดือนไม่มีใครไม่เคยได้ยินนะไม่มีใครนะหลวงปู่ลีนะมันยังเร็วที่สุดนะหลวงพ่อลีที่ผู้ผาแดงนะ4 ปีเพราะว่าอยู่กับหลวงตานะอยู่2 องค์นะหลวงตาตีตลอดเวลานะเนี่ย
ใช่พระอาจารย์วันชัย
ว่าอาจารย์วันชัยก็นานนะ
พระอาจารย์สุดใจแล้วค่ะ
พระอาจารย์สุดใจก็ไม่ถึง
ถ้าหลวงปู่บุญมีนะเจ้าคะ
หลวงปู่บุญมีไม่รู้หลวงปู่บุญมีใหญ่หรือหลวงปู่บุญมีเล็ก
ทั้ง2 พระองค์โยมก็ได้
หลวงปู่บุญมีใหญ่เรื่องนี้ก็ไม่แน่ฉันไม่เคยได้ยินหลวงตาก็พูดนะแต่บางทีก็พูดนะเป็นผู้ใหญ่นะก็อาจจะผ่านไปได้นะแต่หลวงปู่บุญมีก็ไม่แน่ใจนะไม่รู้นะมันจะผ่านยังไม่เคยถามและไม่เคยสนใจ
ฮะพระอาจารย์เชอรี่ก็ฉลาดมาก
อาจารย์เชอรี่ยังไม่ถึงโสเตา
อะไรนะ
ยังไม่ได้ถึงโสดาปันมันฉลาดอยู่นะมันก็ฟังเทศน์หลวงตาก็ตลอดเวลานะมันฉลาดอยู่แล้วความฉลาดก็ไม่ใช่นะ
ใช่เจ้าค่ะความฉลาดไม่ใช่พ้นทุกข์มัน
ไม่ใช่พ้นทุกข์นะ
มันข้ามสมาธิมันต้องมีสมาธิ
ต้องมีสมาธินะ
ศีลก็ต้องรักษาทานก็ต้องให้ใช่ไหม
หลวงปู่ปัญญาก็เหมือนกันนะยังไม่จบนะก็มีญาติโยมก็ที่ถามหลวงตานะเรื่องหลวงปู่ปัญญานะมันหลวงปู่ปัญญาจบไปอย่างก็ถึงไหนนะหลวงตาไม่ตอบแต่บอกว่านะแม่หลวงตาก็ถึงพระอนาคาช่วงนั้นก็พูดนะแต่เรื่องหลวงปู่ปัญญาไม่เคยพูดนะเมื่อรู้นะหลวงปู่ปัญญาก็เป็นพระอรหันต์ก็พูดออกเต็มทีนะเพราะว่าบางองค์ก็บอกว่านี่องค์นี้ก็เป็นพระอรหันต์ก็องค์นู้นก็เป็นพระอรหันต์นะแต่เวลาถามนะญาติโยมก็ถามนะหลวงปู่ปัญญาถึงไหนเฉยไม่ได้พูดนะ
พระอาจารย์แล้วแม่จันดีแล้วคะ
แม่จันดีก็ไม่แน่ใจนะก็อาจจะเป็นพระอนาคาก็ได้นะแต่ไม่แน่ใจเรื่องนี้ก็ไม่เคยคุยนะ
ไม่เพราะว่ามีโยมมาทำงานเกี่ยวกับความรู้ของเด็กแล้วโยมก็ปฏิบัติแล้วก็มีเสียงแว่วเข้ามาว่าเอาแบบแม่จันดีก็ได้อะไรอย่างเงี้ย
แม่ชีแก้ว100%
แม่ชีแก้วใช่เพราะองค์ตาโต
เนี่ย
ใช่
แต่แม่ชันดีก็ไม่แน่ใจนะก็ไม่รู้นะอาจจะเป็นอาจจะไม่เป็นตรงนี้ไม่ทราบแต่ที่ดูความรู้สึกนะที่ดูอยู่ก็มันยังไม่ถึงแต่ฉันมั่นใจก็ถึง
พระอาจารย์สุธรรมนะเจ้าคะ
ไม่พูดหลวงปู่อินทวายอาจารย์สุธรรมก็ไม่พูดนะ
ปู่แบนนะคะปู่แบนนะ
โอ้หลวงปู่แบนเนี่ยโอ้โห
แบบตั้งแต่เที่ยวละเอียดมากเลยอ่ะ
ดีสุดยอด
เลยค่ะมีความเมตตาสูงเป็นผู้ให้ทั้งชีวิตเลย
ก็พูดดีด้วยนะ
ใช่แล้วก็อยู่กุดและ
พูดเพราะด้วยนะไม่เหมือนหลวงตานะหลวงตาไม่เคยพูดเพราะนะ
แต่หลวงตาเมตตามาก
แต่มันตุตลอดเวลาแต่หลวงปู่เป็นไม่เคยตุหนักนะ
หลวงปู่แบนท่านวันที่ละสังขารทำให้เห็นเลยเจ้าค่ะท่านสร้างให้ทุกคนอยู่ดีกินดีแต่กุฎของท่านน่ะจะพังแหล่นี่พังแหล่นี่เจ้าค่ะที่ท่านจะไปนิพพานนะแล้วท่านเนี่ยทำให้เราเห็นสัจธรรมว่ามันจะเป็นต้องเอาอะไรมากเลยอะไรอย่างเงี้ย
โอเคเดี๋ยวนี้ก็ข้างนี้ก็นะมาที่นี่ก็มาปล่อยก็ได้นะเนี่ย
ครูท่าน
เนี่ยข้างนี้ก็มาได้ช่วงso where were you samadhi huh? The moment we can enter samadhi and rest there for a while, we see, that the world doesn't bring us the happiness. Right? I mean, all what we look is for peacefulness, happiness, where we're not torn apart, by our wishes, by our desires. Right? And that's a moment where we can experience, this happiness, right? Or this peacefulness, where we are not torn apart. And when there is no future, and when there is no past, and when there is no fear, and when there is no loneliness, what do we need? At that moment, there are no wishes coming up because there is no thoughts and no memories coming. Yeah? And this gives us an hope. Yeah? And even the Lord Buddha said it is important for us to experience these kinds of states of mind. Otherwise, we will never let go of the world. Yeah? So people who decide, to let go of the world, without this experience, they will have a very hard time, and most of the time will not make it. Yeah? So, if you decide, to let go of the world, then the first thing that you have to do is enter samadhi. Yeah? Without entering samadhi, sooner or later you will give up. Yeah? Because we know the world. Yeah? It has so much excitement. Yeah? That we can latch on to, and it gives us, short-lived happiness, or short-term excitement where we think, this is worthwhile. But if we don't have that samadhi, that gives us long-time happiness, long-time peacefulness, where we can see that, everything when we go out in the world, it's, we are like in a, Songkram, what is it, in a war, where the kilesas constantly contact us. Not only our own kilesas, but the other people as well. They constantly bombard us, with their wishes, with their imaginations, with their views and opinions about us. We ourselves don't know who we are, and they know who we are. This is amazing. They tell us all sorts of things about us that we don't even know. Because we are not sure of ourselves, how we are, who we are, and what we are. But then the next step is, for the investigation. And the investigation is that what shows the heart, where it is attached to. And that's what we have to cut down. We have to cut down on the attachments. First of all, there are 5 khandhas, there are 5 groups. The body, feeling, thoughts, memory, and association, and consciousness. These things we are attached to. That's what we believe. That makes us our personality. When you think about your personality, it's all these 5 together.
Excuse me. How do you just translate sankhara? Which word did you use for sankhara?
Sankhara, memory, association. That's how Lumda Mahabharata translated it. Papancha is another word, and I don't know what. There are so many mistranslations in the Western world. How do you translate sati with mindfulness? How do you translate dukkha with suffering? Sati is mind emptiness. When the mind is completely empty and knows what is going on in the heart, it is not full of one thing. Samadhi is concentration. Samadhi is mindfulness. But sati is knowingness, is awareness. Kevasa. Yeah? Without judging this or judging that. When we are mindful, we do judge, I mean, if this is okay, this is okay, this is okay. So our mind is full of one thing. Yeah? That is concentration. That is important. Yeah, we have to be mindful, but we have to develop the sati. And I mean, when you don't know the real meaning of these words, I mean, you look for the wrong thing. Yeah. When you think about sati, and there was one time, when Lungta explained it, very clearly, and then I understood. That is sati. He said, the moment you have sati, there are no kilesas coming into the mind. So that means you are completely empty of thoughts. You're completely empty of memories. Yeah? You just know. Yeah? And then I understood, it has nothing to do with mindfulness. I mean, I see people are very mindful, but they have no sati. Huh? They don't know what is going on, what is deciding in their heart. Huh? And you can see that very clearly, a person who has sati and a person who has mindfulness. And along the Mahabharata also said, a person who has sati, he doesn't make any mistake. But a person who is very mindful can make a lot of mistakes, because he thinks about the things that he is doing. So, in dukkha, the same thing. How is dukkha translated? As suffering. Yeah? It's not suffering. I mean, it is a container that contains boredom, restlessness, dis-ease, discomfort, pain, and suffering. And then we understand we have that every day. Every day, I mean, we just wake up and we don't want to get up. Then it's already dukkha. Yeah? We are hungry. It's dukkha. It's the dukkha of the body. Yeah? We are feeling discomfort. Yeah? Bodily discomfort or heart discomfort. It's dukkha. Yeah? And it is the first noble truth. So if you do not really understand the first noble truth, if you ask your friends at college, do they suffer? I mean, they don't say, I'm so suffering. So why should I find a way out? I'm not suffering. Yeah? I mean, even in Germany, people are not really suffering. There's hardly people. Yeah, there are some people suffering. Yeah? Nowadays, even more. But, I mean, when you ask your friends, and hardly anybody is suffering. But everybody has dukkha. Yeah? So if we don't understand the first noble truth, I mean, we don't get the meaning, and we don't want to find the way out. And then the second noble truth is the noble truth about the cause for our suffering. And this is the desire. Tanha. We want something or we don't want something. People, only think about, wanting something that is causing dukkha. But if I don't want to meet a person, because I don't like him, I mean, he's constantly getting on my nerves, that's also dukkha. That's also not wanting. And wanting is the cause, the desire is the cause for our dukkha. So the moment we don't want anything, and that's what we experience in samadhi, we don't want anything for that moment. I mean, it's so peaceful. Then we come out and then instantly we want something. So we see, the cause of dukkha. So we see and understand the second noble truth. The third noble truth is just a direction, just a goal. There's an end of dukkha. And the fourth noble truth actually teaches us. The sila, what I explained before, the 5 precepts. Then samadhi, the ability to go into samadhi. And then the important thing that really gets rid of the attachment of ourself is investigation of the body, of the 5 khandhas. Body, feelings, thoughts, memories, thoughts, memory and association and consciousness. And the first thing that we investigate, is the body. And the body, because we attach to this body. Attachment is not only positive attachment. Some people hate their body. It's also attachment. They want to kill themselves. It's so they want to get rid of this body. It's also attachment. So that's why we have to investigate the body. And the investigation of the body takes a very, very long time. It goes through 3 stages of enlightenment. The first stage is Sotapanna, stream entrance. Then it is once return, and then it is non-return. And it all is within the realm of the body, and together with the bodily feeling. Yeah? Of course, and with the senses. Because the body gives us certain senses. The senses of sight, the senses of feel, senses of smell, the senses of and the taste, the senses of touch, yeah? And the senses of thing. Yeah? So investigation of the body. For the first stage of enlightenment, we need to understand that the body and the chitta are two different things. It's just like you drive your car. Yeah? The car, is a nice thing, yeah? But you are the driver. Yeah? So the driver and the car are two different things. Yeah? And if you understand, if you just followed, the five khandhas in Pali, Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vinyana. Yeah? But within the five khandhas, there is no chitta. So the chitta is the driver of the body. Yeah? When the chitta goes out of the body just is, it's a dead tree stump. No, it's not dead, it's a tree stump. Yeah? When the chitta comes back in the body moves. Yeah? When the chitta goes out of the body just is there. Yeah? And you can stay there in this state without the chitta for 7 days, and then it dies. It can maintain itself for 7 days. After 7 days, it will die when the chitta doesn't come back. Yeah? It's the owner. The chitta is the owner of the body. Yeah? And you will see in samadhi, when you really go deep into samadhi, the body does not move anymore because the chitta is completely absorbed within itself. Yeah? So the body doesn't bother us within samadhi. So you can see, you can get a feeling, the chitta and the body are different. I mean, if you go then, into the deep state of samadhi where the body disappears, and then the whole universe disappears, then you really see it, then you really get an understanding. But this understanding is not yet really enough, yeah? Because when you come back, you're still attached to this body. So you really have to get outside of the body and see the body as something different than the chitta. Yeah? And there are some exercises for it. Yeah? And then the next stage with this, and the first two fetters cut, the fetter of doubt that there's heaven and hell, the fetter, that we don't keep the 5 precepts, that is also a fetter. Yeah? Constantly wanting this, and we know, it's probably not okay. Yeah? One time is no time. Yeah? You always say that. And all our friends are doing. Yeah? And nothing happens to them. Yeah? But we don't see them. Yeah? Sometimes I go a little bit higher on the mountain. Yeah? In samadhi. And then see all these people, in their big cars, with their stereo on, with their Coke and beer and so on, and happy, And then I look where is the road ending, boom, hell. Yeah? And they laugh, and they think, and they laugh about me. Oh, why is he so stupid, walking the stony path, yeah? I know, I see that. I see where the road ends, yeah? That's what we normally don't see, yeah? So, this attachment to the body is so important, and it is so difficult. So difficult to get disentangled from the body, to see that the body and the chitta are two different things. Right? Just imagine you are born in the car, you die in the car and never get out of the car. You have to assume you are the car. Huh? And that's what we assume. We are born, the chitta is born in this body and dies in this body, so it assumes it's a body. And then it takes on the next body. It doesn't take very long to take on the next life, to take on another form. Yeah? So most people don't even realize it, that they are switching bodies. Yeah? So they still think, that this body, even if they are ghosts, they think they are this ghost body, And even if they are in hell, they still feel it. Yeah? How can they not feel it? If they disentangled from the body, hell wouldn't mean anything to them. Yeah? So I mean, this disentanglement from the body is very important. Yeah. So, but then we know, I mean, the body and the chitta are two different things, or the driver and the car are two different things. But we still love our car. We polish it, we tune it, we do all sorts of things for the car because we love it. So the next two stages is to investigate this car, to open up the hood, to see what is under the hood, and then to grab it. Oh, I mean, you get all filthy, the moment you grab it, and that is called a super practice, or loathsomeness of the body. And then in the West, they misunderstand that. They think we have to make that body loathsome. Yeah? You just open up a body, and you will puke. Yeah? What you see is not what you like. Yeah? So, I mean, when I was working for Philips for medical systems. So I was working with doctors, very closely with Eppendorf, hospital, university hospital. And I knew a lot of doctors. The first time they went into pathology and they opened up the body. I mean, there are two consequences. Either they threw up or they fell over unconscious. And it's only opening up. I mean, they haven't done anything. They haven't taken out the heart or the lungs or the things or that. Yeah, I mean, they open just the skin. Yeah, and then you see this inside, and you get disgusted. We don't have to make the body disgusting. We think already it is disgusting. Yeah, we just need to see it, the way it is, and then we feel disgusted. Yeah? And that takes a long time, and that reduces greed and hate. And that's the most powerful thing. Yeah? Our greed is always in connection with the body. Our hate is always in connection with the body. So the more we do and see the loathsomeness of this body, and understand, I mean, without the body, I mean, we can experience all these things. Yeah? I mean, we can think, we can see, we can hear, and also, yeah? Why do we need this body? But we are attached to this body. Just like people are attached to their video games. Huh? You play video games?
No.
But your friends. Huh? And they constantly play, on the phone, you see, wherever you go, now even the school kids, I mean, you constantly see them playing. Yeah? Now think about, these people playing with a video game, and we are attached to this life, this video game called life, because when the game over, we look for another video game. Huh? We look for another life. And that's what we have to cut down. Okay? Enough for today.
Can I ask one question?
Ja, sure.
English?
Deutsch? Kannst du auch fragen. Okay. He can ask questions in English, he can ask questions in German. But I can ask. Yes, he can even ask questions in Hebrew.
I don't mind English.
Nee? Ja, du kannst auf Deutsch, weil das ist einfach klarer.
Okay, ich kam zum Dhamma über Goenka-Kurse.
Ja.
Ich habe meinen ersten gemacht vor 5 Jahren etwa und das hat die Tür geöffnet, kann man sagen, fürs Dhamma. Und ich habe eigentlich jetzt jährlich einen gemacht und es hat mir auch immer sehr viel gebracht. Vor einem Jahr ging es wegen Covid eben nicht. Die Sache ist halt, das Goenka-System ist ein guter Einstieg, finde ich, aber wenn Fragen auftauchen, ist alles automatisiert. Es gibt ja keinen Lehrer mehr und alles von Band und so weiter. Und deswegen bin ich gerade in meiner Praxis erstmal durch 1 Jahr Pause. Bin ich in der Gitarre, die nicht gestimmt ist, sage ich mal. Ne? Und die Saiten müssen nachgestimmt werden. Das andere ist, dass in meinem Leben privat letztes Jahr Beziehungen beendet. Dann ist 3 Wochen später mein Bruder hat sich umgebracht. Und ich habe damit, mein Verstand ist gerade sehr unruhig. Goenka ist halt Anapanasati, dann Vedana, und dann Metta ungefähr so viel. Das Ding ist, dass ich durch meine Situation gerade schwimme ich sehr, weil ich habe viele Fragen und ich habe viele Wut in mir auch. Und immer kommen Gedanken an die Beziehung und an meinen Bruder, der sich ohne zu verabschieden umgebracht hat.
Weißt du, warum er sich umgebracht hat?
Er war MS krank.
Multiple Sklerose.
Ja, es war ziemlich fortgeschritten. Und er hat entschieden, das Leben zu nehmen durch Hungerfasten. Also es war eine Art Euthanasie, kann man sagen, mit Begleitung durch Ärzte. Aber er war noch nicht so weit. Und er war halt, mein älterer Bruder, er ist auch sehr im Kopf. Er war sehr intelligent, aber nicht sehr im Herzen. Also unempathisch aber hochintelligent, unglaublich intelligent, sehr belesen und
Ja. Ja. Und das ist eine Gefahr. Du kennst doch unsere Philosophen. Ja? Was haben die meisten von ihnen
bei
gemacht?
Schopenhauer und so gibt es schon ein paar gute auch, die waren nicht schlecht, fand ich.
Nein, die waren hochintelligent und die waren sehr gut. Der Schopenhauer war sehr gut. Aber zum Schluss haben sie sich alle selber umgebracht.
Okay.
Ja.
Ja.
Auch Gödel-Escherbach, ne, der ist zum Schluss, ne? Hast du mal von dem gehört, Gödel-Escherbach? Wie hieß denn der? Das war ein berühmtes Buch, in den 85 kam das raus. Ne? Das war auf der Bestsellerliste und das hat kein Mensch verstanden. Ja? Hofstadter. Der ist am Irrenhaus gelandet. Die kommen so nahe an die Wirklichkeit ran und dann sperrt irgendwas. Ne? Und dann werden sie irre. Die kommen aus ihrem eigenen Denken nicht mehr raus. Ne? Und dann drehen sie halt durch. Ne? Und das ist bei hochintelligenten Menschen.
Ja, und ich war ungewolltermaßen dabei, als er gestorben ist, weil seine Partnerin hat mich angerufen, einen Abend vorher, dass es soweit ist. Und ich wusste von nichts. Und er hat sich auch entschieden, keinem was zu sagen. Meine Mutter nicht und meine Schwester nicht. Und meine Mutter hat jetzt das zweite Kind verloren, weil meine Schwester ist vor 3 Jahren an Krebs gestorben. Und ich bin halt in der Phase gerade, ich bin hinterhergezogen zwischen dem Dhamma-Ruf, der ist sehr stark, aber auch die weltlichen Sachen, wie meine Mutter, die Sorgen um sie, ist auch schon so alt jetzt und das Geld verdienen zum Überleben halt und so, ja. Und ich bin in dieser Fernsehwelt, die ist auch sehr, sehr weltlich, sage ich mal, ne?
Ja, das ist ja doch. Es gibt die Welt, die reale Welt, dann gibt es die Fernsehwelt, ne? Ja. Und es gibt dann die Spielwelt. Ne? Ja. Manche flüchten sich in die Fernsehwelt, die anderen flüchten sich in die Spielwelt.
Aber ich bin hinter den Kulissen, kann man
sagen. Aber trotzdem.
Ja.
Ne? Du musst ja, wenn du aufnimmst, musst du dich ja reinfühlen in die Situation.
Naja, ja, eher technisch. Ne? Also ich bin der Tonmann. Von daher. Aber meine Frage ist eigentlich mit der Praxis jetzt. Ich hänge gerade einfach. Ja. Also ich bin jeden Tag am Meditieren, aber die Zeiten variieren stark. Früher war es jeden Tag 2 Stunden am Anfang. Dann kam die Beziehung, dann war es jeden Tag 1 Stunde oder 2. Jetzt mit meinem Bruder das. Es ist ab und zu eine halbe Stunde, ab und zu 1 Stunde. Also wie soll ich sagen, I'm swerving a little bit now.
Ja.
And looking for more stability.
Ja, das Beste ist dann, sich wieder mal hinzusetzen und du musst jetzt erstmal zurückkommen.
Aber die Goenka-Technik ist eben das.
Ja, ich weiß es. Ich kenne das mit der Goenka-Technik und die Goenka-Technik ist sehr gut für Einsteiger, aber da müssen die loslassen von der Technik.
Genau, und an dem Punkt bin ich gerade und ich komme nicht ganz los, weil ich auch Angst habe davor, mit neuen Techniken, dass mein Kopf dann noch unruhiger wird.
Deswegen, ne, die Technik, die du jetzt machen musst, ist Samadhi. Das Denken aufhören. Und dann kommst du nicht mehr in Schwierigkeiten.
Aber welche soll ich, Anapanasati, was soll ich machen? Welche soll ich wählen?
Ja, du kannst das Buddha wählen. Wenn du viel denkst, kannst du das Buddha wählen. Buddha. Ne? Oder du kannst aber auch Anapanasati, den Atem beobachten. Je nachdem, was dir besser liegt. Ne?
Buddha habe ich Buddha nie probiert bisher.
Ja. Macht nichts. Wenn du viel denkst, ne? Wenn du wenig denkst, dann ist der Anapanasati ist gut. Ne? Anapanasati ist sehr gut, ne? Aber sehr schwierig. Ne? Das Buddha, mit jedem Gedanken, der kommt, den ersetzt du mit Buddha. Ne?
Also ein Bu aus Do?
Ja, das kannst du auch machen. Ne? Dann hast du 2 Sachen. Dann hast du den Atem und das Buddha. Ne? Buddha will einatmen und Do will ausatmen. Und wenn die Gedanken zu stark kommen, dann machst du es halt ein bisschen schneller. Dann machst du nur das.
Ohne den Atem zu koppeln.
Ohne den Atem zu koppeln. Wenn der Geist dann wieder ruhiger wird, dann kannst du es wieder koppeln. Ne? Und wenn er ganz ruhig wird, ne, dann fällt eines oder das andere weg. Ne? Weil da kann man sich nicht mehr auf 2 Sachen konzentrieren. Dann kannst du dich entweder aufs Buddha konzentrieren oder wenn du früher Atem gemacht hast, dann fällst du automatisch nur auf den Atem. Und dann bleibst du dabei. Das sind zwei, am Anfang hast du ja 2 Krücken. Ne? Ja? Wenn du nicht laufen kannst, 2 Krücken. Ne? Und dann merkst du, okay, die 2 Krücken sind zu viel, dann nehme ich mir eine Krücke. Ne? Kannst schon besser laufen. Ne? Aber du musst jetzt, gerade jetzt in diesem Stadium, ne, darfst du nicht nachdenken, was gut ist oder was schlecht ist, sondern du musst dich nur an dein Buddha oder an deinen Atem handeln. Ne? Und wenn immer ein Gedanke kommt, ne, ist es ganz wichtig, den sofort mit dem Buddha ersetzen. Nicht wegschieben, nicht nachhängen, sondern einfach deine Achtsamkeit auf das Buddha oder auf den Atem. Ne? Wir unterdrücken nichts in der Meditation. Das ist eine falsche Einsicht, das ist eine falsche Annahme, dass wir irgendwas unterdrücken, sondern wir benutzen die Fähigkeit des Geistes, die wir seit Kindesbeinen ankennen. Wir sehen etwas, was wir nicht sehen würden und richten unseren Blick woanders hin. Das heißt nicht, dass wir das unterdrücken, sondern wir richten unseren Blick woanders hin. Wenn du eine hässliche Frau siehst, dann richtest du den Blick auf die nächste schöne Frau. Ja, machst du doch automatisch. Wenn ein Haufen Scheiße sitzt, dann schaust du die Scheiße nicht an. Ne? Oder wenn du da ein paar homeless people siehst, ne, dann schaust du die normalerweise nicht an, weil bei dir ein unangenehmes Gefühl hochkommt.
Aber dieses Wutgefühl hat auch etwas wie ein magnetisches, ja? Wenn es in ihn hochsteigt.
Natürlich. Und deswegen richten wir unsere Achtsamkeit woanders hin. Ne? Übrigens hat der erhabene Buddha auch darüber gesprochen. Ne? Wenn du die Wut siehst, ne, und wie sie ankommt, ne, dann gehst du auf die andere Straßenseite. Du willst der nicht begegnen. Ne? Wenn du die Straßenseite nicht wechseln kannst, dann machst du deinen Blick runter, ne, und begegnest der Wut nicht. Ne? Und wenn du das gar nicht machst, dann ertränkst du die Wut.
Wirklich?
Ja. Es gab 5, ich kann mich nur noch an 3 erinnern. In irgendeiner Sutta steht das drin. Wie man mit solchen Dingen umgehen kann. Aka. Also er hat nicht von Wut, sondern Aka gesprochen.
Okay. In der Majjhima Nikaya oder?
Ja, Majjhima Nikaya, ich glaube das. Ich bin da nicht mehr so belesen. Ich habe das vor 30 Jahren gelesen. Ne? Ich kann mich nur erinnern, dass es da irgendwo stand. Weil das Einzige, es gab 2 Sachen, wo ich bin von meinem ersten Lehrer geprägt worden, bevor ich überhaupt was gelesen habe. Ne? Der war Vimala Kulbach und der hat meistens die Anguttara Nikaya, ne? Hat er in Deutsch übersetzt. Wundervolle Übersetzung. Ne? Handvolllose Blätter. Vielleicht kriegst du das Buch ja nochmal und dann kannst du das bestellen. Ganz wunderbare Übersetzungen. Ne? Und da habe ich viel davon mitbekommen. Und dann habe ich mal, wo ich in England war und ich wusste, was ich machen soll, da habe ich mal die mittlere Sammlung gelesen. Nicht ganz durch, aber bis so 2/3 oder so. Und aus der kommen eigentlich meine Erinnerungen. Also irgendwo steht das da drin.
Und soll man einen Lehrer suchen oder kommt der Lehrer irgendwann automatisch?
Ja, ich habe meinen Lehrer auch gesucht. Ich habe ihn nicht gesucht, ich habe ihn gefunden. Ne? Ich habe ein Buch von Lungta Mahabor. Ich war ja in England, ne? Und da mir mein erster Lehrer, der war ein Deutscher, nicht sagen konnte, wie ich von Gier und Hass loslassen kann oder wie ich Gier und Hass überkommen kann. Und da diese Antwort, die er mir gegeben hat, die war, ne? Dann war ich in England und dasselbe nicht. Und dann hat mir einer so ein Buch in die Hand gedrückt. Ne? Und dann habe ich das Buch gelesen, das erste Kapitel gelesen. Ne? Was? Der weiß. Wer ist das? Lungta Mahabor. Wo lebt er? Aber ich wusste, ich muss zu dem hin. Ne? Das heißt, for a teacher, if you have the faith, yeah, if you know that somebody can help you, yeah, then you stick with him. When you see that he can't, yeah, I mean, I did it with my first 2 teachers, yeah. As long as I could learn something from him, I sticked with him. The moment I say there's no going on, no going further, then then the next teacher came, and then in the end, when I was with Lungta Mahabor, I mean, I didn't need all these Arahants that were around. Yeah? I had this teacher who knew the end of the path, and I had faith in him. Das ist die Auswahl, und das ist die Auswahl, die wir brauchen. Ne? Wenn du das Gefühl hast, ne, der kann dir weiterhelfen, ne, dann bleib bei dem, solange, ne, bis du das Gefühl hast. Ne? Aber das muss Herzensentscheidung sein, nicht Kopfentscheidung. Ne? You have to, yeah? I mean, if you decide with your head, it's always wrong. Yeah? You have to let the heart decide. He knows. Yeah? You have to let the heart decide, yeah? And you feel it, you know. But if you only, you know, try to solve the problems in your head, it's mostly wrong. Yeah? I mean, sometimes you have the chance 50-50, you know, that you pick, you know, even with your mind, you know, the right decision. But most of the time, you know, I mean, if your heart says, yeah, when my heart told me, you know, to leave my work, you know, my head was exploding. Yeah, I didn't want to. Yeah? But my heart said, you have to. Yeah? And I followed my heart. Yeah? When the heart told me, you know, you have to go to Thailand, you know, I love England, I love Germany, you know, I mean, I want to stay here, you know, I even go to the US, you know, but I don't want to go to Thailand. But I went. Yeah? Yeah? Even both of my teachers said, you know, when you go, you won't stay there for 3 or 4 weeks. Eh? Lungta Mahaboy is so strict, you know. I mean, you will not survive. I stayed 15 years. I didn't believe them anymore, yeah? Because I knew I need to go to this person, you know, no matter what, even if the whole world, you know, told me it's wrong, yeah? I knew I had to go. And that's what I did, and I knew it was right. Okay, ja, du kannst gerne hier bleiben, ne? Und dann für ein paar Tage oder für ein paar Wochen praktizieren. Bis du wirklich weißt, was das Herz will. Ne?
Ich muss nach Löhe erstmal.
Ja, du kannst erstmal nach Löhe gehen. Ne? Ja. Ich offeriere das doch nicht. Ich sage doch nicht, du musst hier.
Aber vielen Dank dafür.
Ja?
Ja.
Und das Erste für dich, ne, weil jetzt so viele Sachen eingetreten sind. Freundin verloren, Bruder verloren, Mama und diese ganze Covid, das macht ja einen krank. Ne? Die Leute, die sind doch kirre. Ne? Da schimpfen die auch die Ungeimpften, ne, die sagen, ja.
Jetzt die Dreifach-Geimpften, auch die Zweifach-Geimpften und immer mehr Spaltung.
Ja, jetzt werden die Zweifach-Geimpften sind jetzt plötzlich ungeimpft. Ne? Und die Genesenen, die in den USA, die teilweise in Texas und so weiter für ein Jahr genesen sind, ne, werden jetzt in Deutschland auf 3 Monate zurückgestuft. Ne? Die Johnson genommen haben, die sind nicht ungeimpft. Das gibt doch ein totales Chaos.
Absurd.
Und da hetzen, ne? Und da siehst du, wie die Leute, die auf die anderen hetzen, ne? Die einzigen, die da noch vernünftig argumentieren, ist der Lafontaine und die Sarah Wagenknecht.
Habe ich nicht gehört, was die sagen.
Lafontaine hat Karl Lauterbach als Heulboje bezeichnet.
Heulboje?
Ja. Covid-Heulboje. Ja. Sarah Wagenknecht. Ja, der widerspricht sich doch. Einen Satz sagt er das, und am nächsten sagt er das, dann sagt er wieder das, und dann sagt er das. Alles. Nee. Aber das wird noch viel schlimmer.
Jetzt mit der
Die werden immer mehr aufgehetzt, solange bis die aufeinander losgehen. Ne? Wenn du die europäische Prophezie ein bisschen kennst, ne, dann weißt du, dass also in den meisten europäischen Ländern also Bürgerkrieg und Revolution entsteht. Ne? Und auch in Deutschland. Ne?
Wegen sowas Absurden, ja?
Nein, das Covid ist doch nur ein Vorwand. Das ist doch auch nichts anderes als die Schweine. Ja?
Aber es klappt hervorragend, ja?
Es klappt hervorragend. Und jetzt, weißt du, wie alt bist du?
45.
45. Du bist vielleicht noch nicht so alt. Ich bin noch aus der Generation, wo meine Eltern noch im Krieg, also meine Eltern waren noch im Krieg. Ne? Und wir als Jugendliche haben uns gefragt, wie konnte das passieren?
Jetzt sehen wir es gerade.
Jetzt sehen wir es. Man muss den Leuten nur genug Angst machen. Ne? Man muss nur immer einen Schuldigen haben, auf den man die ganzen Probleme werfen kann. Ne? Und jetzt sehen wir, wie sowas entstehen kann und wo die Leute mitlaufen. Ich wäre nie mitgelaufen. Jetzt laufen sie mit. Ne? Natürlich ist es vollkommen was anderes. Es war noch schlimmer. Aber das Prinzip ist dasselbe. Ne? Die Leute werden aufeinander gehetzt. Ne? Genauso wie damals. Ne? Und jetzt können wir das sehen, wie dieses Prinzip, wie dieser Mechanismus funktioniert. Also gut, geh erstmal zu deiner Bekannten oder Freundin oder was auch immer, die... Ja.
Bekannte, ja. Freundin. Also ich war allein praktizierend, habe jetzt seit einem halben Jahr in Berlin Menschen getroffen, die auch Theravada praktizieren.
Da gab's doch, der heißt doch genauso wie ich, Piyadhammo. Ne?
Ja, aber fand ich ein bisschen schwer.
Ja, der ist nur intellektuell, glaube ich.
Ich war vor 4 Jahren bei ihm ein paar Mal gewesen im Tempel und da hat irgendwas nicht mit mir resoniert. Ja. Und die Leute, die jetzt bei ihm waren, sind auch weg von ihm, weil irgendwas vorgefallen, ich weiß nicht was, aber die haben sich von ihm gelöst. Es gibt noch einen Ajahn, der heißt Live.
Kenne ich auch.
Genau.
Ja, der hat sich mit seinem Thai-Ajahn über Kreuz gelegt. Das ist alles nicht gut. Also es ist so wenig westliche Mönche, ne? die wirklich so eine Ausstrahlung haben.
Schade.
Was?
Schade.
Ja, aber das ist einfach, weil wir mit dem Kopf vorangehen. Wir wollen das alles verstehen. Da wollen wir es verstehen. This is where we were. Yeah, I mean, we are trained from youth on, to understand here. Nobody trains us this. Yeah? And if you do the practice, and that is when you look at, the Western style of meditation, it's always here. Yeah? Yeah? Okay, you get some calm, but this is, and you force it. Yeah? Meditation is all about observing. Not understanding. It's observing, like the physicist, I mean, in the 1920s, we had so many inventions. We had so many understandings. How did they do it? They observed the process of what is happening. If they could observe the process till the end, then they understood instantly. They didn't need to use their brains to understand. They understood what is going on because they saw it with their own eyes. And that's exactly what we do in practice. We observe, we see with our own eyes what is happening. And then the heart understands on its own. And the heart is the only thing that can let go. Because even if we want to let go with our brain, we cannot let go. And that is one lesson Lungta Mahaprabhu taught me. I knew it in my heart that this is impossible because everybody in the West taught me, you have to let go. And I told, no, I can't let go. I still decide. Huh? And then I came to Lungta Mahaprabhu. It didn't take long, and he said, tell an ant, that is on the roof. Or when it wants to go to the floor to let go. An ant doesn't break its leg, it doesn't have both, All what it needs to do is fall. Yeah? It doesn't know this command. All what it knows is put one leg at one time, in front of each other, and then move up, the ceiling, down the wall, and then it is on the floor. That's it. You cannot let go. The only thing that can let go is the heart. But you're not in control of the heart, and the heart never listens to it. Huh? But you can make the heart understand what is going on. And the moment the heart understands what is going on, the heart, this is so long time that I taught. You have a child that is on the stove, on the hot stove, puts his hand on, and then looks in that direction. Yeah? And whatever happens there, it accuses of burning its head. Yeah? All what you need to do is turn the head of that child to where the hand is on the fire, and then it automatically retracts. You don't have to tell that child. Yeah? Once you see that the hand is on fire, then you automatically retract. But if you don't see it, you will never. You will accuse everybody, everything, that is happening in front of your eyes, for your pain. But for us it is, to teach, to look down what the heart is doing. In the moment the heart sees, it itself puts the hand on the fire, you don't have to tell the heart to pull it back. You understand? That's the key. Okay, enough for today, yeah?
I think I realize now. You say that like the real problem is in the heart.
Yeah.
This is where.
Yeah. And we have to, the problems that we create in the mind, we can sometimes solve with the mind, but the problems that are created in the heart, we cannot solve with the mind, yeah? So we have to look in the heart, and that is the most difficult for us. Yeah? No matter if you're Israeli, no matter if you're German, the Malays are a little bit less educated, but we are so highly trained, yeah? We try to solve all the problems with our brain, and it is very difficult for us to look in the heart. But nowadays, the young generation, of the Thais they're all the same. I mean, there is no difference. I mean, I can't see any difference between the young Thais and the young Europeans anymore. All school. All brain and all playing with their smartphone. Everybody. They have no more interest in. I mean, you see the people, the older people that come to the temples. So, I mean, go to your heart and you ask him. He can tell you all the stories about what is in his heart. I mean, so many things are coming up. The moment you open the heart, it is like you open your attic where you have just stuffed all the things in, all the memories, all these unwanted experience that you have stuffed in your attic. You open the door of the attic, boom, it blows out, and you feel you can't take it. Yes, you can take it. And then you just remove step. Yes. Yeah.
Move one something else for that.
Yeah, I mean, it can take years, for the heart to empty. But once it is empty, then we can clean it. But I mean, even if you're young, I mean, your heart is so full of all these things. This age has nothing to do, I mean, so many lives we have lived, so many experiences we have, and all these things, unsolved things, are still in the heart. I mean, it takes it from one life to the next. I mean, wherever you go, you take your problems with you. Okay. So anyway, I mean, you also can come here, practice if you want. You always have place.
Should I advise if I want to come?
Nein, du kommst genauso wie heute. You come with your backpack and then okay, I want to stay here. Yeah.
It's possible to come for one night also?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're not.
I did it 4 years ago actually.
What?
I came with my backpack 4 years ago and I still.
Yeah, he didn't go back.
If it's possible, I will come tomorrow for one night before
Yeah.
I go today.
Yeah.
Then
Sure.
thank you.
I'm getting old. How old are you?
26.
20?
6.
26. 46?
45.
45.
Soon 46.
Kommst du aus der ehemaligen DDR? Nee, wo?
Sie.
Was?
Ich bin der Franke aus Nürnberg.
Ein Nürnberger.
Ja, aber wohne in Berlin seit 20 Jahren.
Nürnberger. Ach, in Nürnberg gibt es doch ein... nein, nicht
Und
Nürnberg.
Todaya.
Ja, Muttergeier. Ja, sind auch alle verkopft.
Das ist das deutsche Ding wahrscheinlich, ja? Das Deutsche.
Nein, nicht das ist Deutsch, es ist Englisch genauso. Oh, there's a nice thing. I mean, I talked before about the super. Yeah? There was an Arahant, yeah? I mean, he lived in the States, yeah? I think he lived in Los Angeles. What was... I forgot his name. Doesn't matter. Yeah? He was invited to Inside Meditation Center in New York, yeah? Upstate New York, they had an Inside Meditation Center. And because he was quite famous within America, you know, being a Thai meditation master. So they invited him. And then the organizers of the retreat said, I mean, you can teach everything except Asupa. Except the loathsomeness of the body. I mean, they just don't want, Americans don't want to hear about the loathsomeness of the body. I mean, British as well, you know, they don't want to hear this. Yeah? And Germans probably are okay with it. So for 3 weeks, the retreat was for 3 weeks. He taught nothing but loathsomeness. Of course, they never invited him again. But, you know, I mean, don't tell an Arahant what to teach or not to teach. Oh, they were so pissed, you know, but they couldn't uninvite him, you know, because... But probably the people who listened to his talks, you know, got a lot from him. Yeah, it's the most important. I mean, Lungta Mahabodhi, my teacher, I mean, he hardly talked about samadhi. Yeah, I mean, he, you know, that was a prerequisite. I mean, to his monks, he hardly talked about the precept, yeah, because that was a prerequisite. Yeah, we have to enter samadhi. We have to keep the precept. So he was talking only about Asupa practice. Every talk, nearly every talk. Yeah. Sometimes he got a little bit further, but most of the time, you know, only this. Make a tour through the body, see, you know, loathsomeness of the body, you know, disentangle yourself, and so on. It's the most important thing, yeah. I mean, that's where greed and hate goes away. Okay. So how long you want to stay? You don't know?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm now here for now, and then we'll see.
Whatever. Yeah.
The other monk gave it to you, to give it to you.
Yeah. Yeah. You got this one? Yeah, then take this one. Yeah, I mean, you can leave it now.
I'm happy, thank you.
Yeah.
Another one from Thailand.
I will come
Yeah,
back
but this
tomorrow.
is, yeah. Don't praise my books, huh?
It's free.
It's free.
If I come tomorrow, what time would be a good time to be here?
Same time, probably.
Okay. Today I was late because my motorbike was stuck between cars and I had to wait for the driver to come. That's why I was so late this morning.
Yeah, I mean, come. Yeah, I mean, you just made it in time. Yeah, I mean, if you come a little bit earlier. Yeah.
That's why. Good. Thank you.
So if you have some questions, you know, you can ask him in Hebrew, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, it's much beneficial. It's beneficial.
Yeah, I mean, your own language is always
Yeah.
more beneficial.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't know the answer, he asks me anyway.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Is it ready?
Ja, 90 Grad.
90 Grad.